Hello, welcome back. Let's try make some video about this very good small airliner, the Boeing 737. I made a video about it like 2 weeks ago in my language Danish, and I was supposed to do it in English too, but then I got busy to read about all kind of other stuff and making video about deserts. So I did read about this Boeing 737 again yesterday on Wikipedia. But I still need to make a video about Ryanair and Southwest Airlines in English. But that's like 2 weeks ago, so I have to read it again. And Southwest Airlines, they only use this Boeing 737. And Ryanair, they only use the Boeing 737-2. Fly Dubai use Boeing 737. I just read about Angola Airlines. They are using this Boeing 737, but that's the third generation, the next generation. So, but the many airlines are using this kind of Boeing 737. So that's a very good small airline. But in old days, it was supposed to be on the short routes or medium routes, like 1,000 kilometers. But now they are flying super far away. The new 737 MAX. The MAX 7, 8 and 9 and 10. The MAX 7 have a range like 7,100 kilometers. And the MAX 8 and 9 have range like 6,500 kilometers. But I think that's not with full load of passengers. I think they can fly around 5,000 kilometers. Fly Dubai have a flight from Dubai to Pattaya in Thailand, and Phuket in Thailand, and Krabi Airport. The Krabi Airport is 4,999 kilometers, and I follow one of these flights. So the Boeing 737 is a narrow-body aircraft produced by Boeing, and the frame is from the older Boeing 727, and it is made in the first flight was a long time ago in April 1967. So the first original Boeing 737/100 and 200s. That's from like I'm born in the late 1960s. And now they have 4 generations. They have the original, they have the Boeing 737 original, the /100 and 200s. That's the original. Then they got, they call it classic, the /300, 400, 500s is the Boeing classic. And then they got the third generation, Boeing 737 next generation. I think that's number 600, 700, 8 and 900. Then they have the latest for number 4 generation, the Boeing 737 MAX, MAX 7, 8, 9 and 10. So, and they made it since I was born, 1966, and they have an order of like more than 4,000, mostly this Boeing MAX. I have this PDF. I'm going to read about it too. So, but they start to design it like in the middle of the 1960s as a short and medium haul aircraft. That's some old drawing. This already looks like a small Boeing 737/200 but that's not today. That's not the same aircraft. I have the web page, the Boeing web page. I have it open. We have it here. That's really come far away now. Kind of this small Boeing is kind of mid long haul. That's this next generation. This is the third generation, the Boeing 737 NX next generation. I think that's number 600, 7, 8, and 900. But they are out of production. But they still make the 700 and the 800, 900. They still make it. They still make, but I think most they are buying the Max, so they are still in production. I think I cannot see the range, so it's still in production. That's the Boeing 737 next generation. But the latest number 4 generation is the Boeing 737 MAX, but that's like 10 years ago. So probably in a few years they will get an update, like a better engine. This model is like 10 years old. So from here to the old Boeing, that's a very different kind of aircraft. The Boeing 737, the Max 7, have a super long range, 7,100 kilometers. You can fly like London Heathrow to New York, or actually you can fly London Heathrow to like Chicago, or Dublin to Chicago. And 6,000, but I think I saw Fly Dubai use this Max 8 on about 5,000 kilometers, but I think that's the longest. They are using below 4,000 kilometers. I've not seen any routes like 5,800 kilometers. So the next generation, next update will be even more range, like 7,000 kilometers maybe. And even think they make it a little bit longer, but I think they cannot make it longer and longer. So that's a Max 10 maybe. But let's get back to the Adobe Acrobat. We have to find it again. I have so many PDF I like to read. So that's a completely different kind of aircraft from the list one in 1960s to now year 2020s. The Boeing 7, but the hull is still the same. It got this 2x3 6 seats. They got 3 seats in the body. Yes, that's the first generation original, the /100 and 200. The second generation they call the classic, the 300, 400, 500. That was launched in 1979, around 1980. And the next generation, that was in the late, around 1994, the /600, 700, but they still make the 7, 8 and 900, they still make it. So I've been producing this one, the third generation, they made it for like, is 20 years. And that's number 4 generation. 4th generation is the Max 737 Max 8, 9 and 10 and 7. So that's the many different kind of versions. And that was the Lufthansa, the airline company Lufthansa, the German, from Germany. I mean, I need to read about it, the history about Lufthansa. That's the old one. The Boeing 737/100. I think there's nobody of this is left. There's only one left in NASA. The NASA, American Space Agency, NASA have one. So all this, they did not keep any of this one, but they have some of the 200 left. So Lufthansa did order 21 aircraft of this Boeing 737/100. So that was the launch customer. Lufthansa became the launch customer February 65. That was before I'm born. But the American United Airlines, they did like a larger version with more seats. So they make the /200. They make the 200 version. And then everyone liked to get the longer version, not the 100. So that was only Lufthansa, the only airline company I think did use this one. Probably they have sold it later. They have sold it later second-hand in the 70s. Probably they have sold it, but there should be nothing left of this. But you never know, maybe you can find one somewhere in an airport in Africa, in a remote corner. They have a lot of old airliners standing in this airports in Africa. They have like aircraft junkyards. So this is the reason that was the last NASA, the first Boeing 73 prototype. The NASA have it there. Museum of Flight in Seattle is one there. That should be the only one retired after 30 years. And it's the only remaining worldwide. So that was, we've got one left. But everyone they like the longer version with more seats, because if you have more seats, you can lower the cost of the airplane tickets. You can lower the cost, so they always like more seats, more seats to lower the cost. So, but the /200 was the same engines. I think just a little bit longer version. Then they made a Boeing 737 Advanced 200 Advanced with improved aerodynamic automatic wheel brakes, a more powerful engine, more fuel, and 15% increased payload and range. So they have this advanced. Actually, this Angola airline did use this /200 Advanced. So they did use this for many years, but still some Canadian airlines use it because you can get a gravel kit. Several Canadian airlines still use the 737-200 due to its gravel runway capabilities. The Boeing unpaved strip kit gravel kits included a gravel deflector on the nose gear and the vortex. So they have they can landing on long gravel runways in the bush, like far out in Canada. So they are still use the 200. Now I got some video. We need to put public now shopping. So let's do that. And let's drink. Let's need a little bit more cola. I was out shopping a bit fruits. Then I got back home and unpacked my backpack. Then I did eat a bit food. Then I made a small video necklace. I was eating food. Then I did wash my hands and start do this.